Hey peeps, welcome to my September fabric and pattern haul. I can't quite believe it's September. How the hell did that happen? And it's actually the 5th of September, so it is my brother and sister-in-law's wedding anniversary. So congratulations to you two. I can't believe it's been a year since you got married. I'll insert a picture here because I made the dress and how fabulous does she look? So yeah, congratulations you guys, it's been amazing. You guys have been together for 9 years now I think, but you're perfect for each other, so yeah. Before we start on the fabric, I will let you know what I'm wearing. It is another Vogue V8947 and I will insert a clip here of me wearing it outside because I've moved my setup slightly and I have no room to stand up and twirl for you in here. I will knock things over and that's never a good look. Right, so fabrics. I've got it set up in such a way that it will be selfish sewing first. So without further ado, I've got this matte print fabric and it is it's got nothing on the selvage apart from its the colour dots. So I'll give you a close-up now. It's very kind of different bits and pieces, like wine labels, packing crates, little maps, some compasses, and I've had this in my stash for a long old time. I think again I've got 3 yards, 2.8 meters, and I have had in my mind to make a Deer and Doe belladonna dress with this. I've already perfected the pattern. I was wearing it in my last video with the mushrooms on it, and I haven't made another one because I didn't really like the skirt on me. I prefer a much fuller skirt, but it occurred to me that I can just use the bodice and put whatever skirt on I want because that's generally what I do anyway. So yeah, there's going to be that one. This is probably going to be the one that falls by the wayside, if anything does, because I do have loads to do this month, as ever. So next up I've got fabric and it's called Bright, which is B-R-I-T-E, Idea, by Greta Lynn for Canvas Studios in association with Ben Artex. That's all the information on the selvage, and it is this amazing stripy rainbow print, and I just saw this in my local fabric shop and fell completely in love with it. And I have been eyeing up circle skirts, panelled circle skirts on Pinterest for ages, and I just thought this would be really fun to play around with and see if I could get a chevron effect. So I've bought 5 meters of this fabric because I know that it's going to be really difficult to get the print placement correct to get the stripes to match up perfectly, so I wanted to have a lot of fabric to play around with. Fingers crossed I will have enough for a bodice as well, and if I do I will make a dress. If I don't, I will be making just the skirt. But yeah, I love that, it's so bright and cheerful. So in keeping with the rainbow theme, I also managed to get hold of an entire roll of this Prim rainbow bias binding, and it's the Duchess satin type, and I saw this on the Great British Sewing Bee season 3, and one of the chaps used it to bind his walkaway dress and I just fell in love with it, and I refused to pay the £2.25 per metre that people have that was the cheapest that I found it at, until I found an entire roll of 30 meters for 25 quid, which is a lot of money, but it is absolutely beautiful. And as much as I love prints, I do want to make myself some basics, so like a black circle skirt and perhaps a black maxi skirt as well. I don't wear black very often, but I think if I had these basics then maybe I would, and I'm just thinking that this will make the lining, the inside, just that little bit more me, because as you can probably tell from my stash behind me here, I love colour and I love patterns. So yeah, I got this, and I will be hopefully making a black circle skirt line with this as the trim on the inside, so the finishing off for all the seams and stuff. So yeah, more rainbow stuff, love that. So finally I have got an entire pile of goldy greeny stuff here. Now I obviously like cotton dresses. I have, I think, enough fabric here to make 89 cotton dresses, which is a ridiculous amount, but yeah, I can't resist a sucker for a beautiful print, as you can probably tell. I also love really luxurious fabrics like silks and velvets and things like that, and I do have a few of those in my stash. And I just think during the summer I don't go to very many events, and the ones that I do, generally a pretty cotton dress will work perfectly. But I do have a few events coming up over the autumn or winter period, so I thought I would make myself some evening dresses. So first up is this two-tone gold and green Dupioni, which is beautiful, and my mum got me this. I believe my mum got me this. I don't think I bought this one, from Saudi Arabia, because you can get this beautiful silk for £8 a metre from the local supermarket. Yeah, they have a fabric department in the supermarket there. Crazy place. But yeah, I love this colour. And whilst I was also out there, I definitely bought this. I got myself some lining, just to match. And then I think Mum bought me this home from India. It's a shot organza, again green and gold, and I have loads of this. And I literally just picked up this, they're calling it sage green bias binding, so to go with all of that, because I thought I like the insides to look as beautiful as the outsides. Now I'm planning to make a Kittenish Behaviour Madison dress, which I will insert a photo of here. It's a really pretty sort of pleated crossover bodice detail, slight V to one side of the waistline, and then the skirt is slightly lower at the back than it is at the front. And I'm planning on doing all of that with this stuff. And then I'm not sure if it's going to be integrated or a separate piece, but I'm going to make a petticoat out of this, or a skirt out of this, with a couple of layers, because what I'm going to do is, this is quite wide, so I'm going to cut it in half, and that's going to be the length of the skirt, gather it down so there's 2 layers, so it's going to be really poofy and sticky outy, because this stuff's got some great body to it, and I don't want to hem it. So I'm going to leave it so that the selvage there is the actual finished edge, because I think that's going to look really pretty. Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's going to be a standalone piece or if it's going to be made into one garment, but that's the idea with that. Yeah, four items for me. I always start with like 2, and then I kind of go, oh yeah, but I can just squeeze that in, or I can just do that. So yeah, that's the selfish sewing. I am currently working my way through all of the different bags that I've cut out. I have got 30 prepped and I've got 3 made, so I really need to get on with those, because they're brilliant Christmas presents for people. So yeah, that's also, as many of those are going to get done this month as possible. And then I've got lots of commissions. So first up, so we have this regatta border print from Michael Miller, which you've seen I've made a dress out of. Put the dress up on display in the shop, promptly got 2 orders for it. I do actually have some more of this fabric which I'm going to be putting up for sale in my shop, and the dresses that the ladies want are very similar to mine. So they're going to have a red waistband, white straps, very fitted sweetheart neckline bodices, and then the full pleated and gathered skirts. So I've got 2 of those to make, so there's two sets there. So the next commission I have is for a frock coat, and I've finished one for myself here, which I shall put a photo in. And again, I put this up in display in the shop and somebody fell in love with it. Now this fabric is from eBay, and it's got written on the selvage Rose Festival and a genuine handprint by Waverley. So, and I got it from eBay, and I got it from eBay quite a few years ago. This was when I was living in Buckingham Palace Road in London, so that is about 8-9 years ago. It's vintage, and yeah, this is going to be a frock coat. I've got enough left of this fabric to make 1 more of these coats, and then that's it. So since opening the shop, I've now got up to a 12-week wait list, which is amazing but also a little bit scary. And Mackenzie, the lovely Mackenzie, ordered this coat in July, so it's now time for that to get toiled up and fitted to her and then made up. So I should have this finished by the end of September, which is going to be great. I do have one more commission this month, and it's for my friend Nikki, and she's bought a dress which is not quite right, it's not long enough, and so she wanted me to add a couple of little lace inserts because it's like a tunic that has splits up the side, so she wanted lace inserts added to that, and then she decided she wanted skull print lace. So she found some and that's arrived. I'm still waiting for the dress, and she needs the dress by the 16th of September, so nothing like leaving it to the last minute, and I thought I was bad for that. So yeah, that's the last commission for the month, and now I've got some UFOs to show you. The first of which is another quilt. I've not thought this through. This thing's huge. I've nicknamed this the free, well, I think one of my friends on Facebook has nicknamed this the Free the Strawberries quilt. I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see because I can't get that much further back. I will insert some clips for you of this. But yeah, so it was an experiment. I didn't have a pattern. I just kind of started putting the Lone Star together because it was one that I wanted to do. This is the second ever quilt top that I've done. I finished the quilt top in a week, and that was February 2015, and then the quilting kind of stumped me. But I finally decided what I wanted to do, which is this really dense quilting. I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly, but it's really densely quilted around the trapunto that I've done there, which is supposed to be a mariner's compass. Again, no pattern, I've just made this up as I've gone along. And then I got these little embroidery motifs, which is what started this whole thing. And yeah, it needs to be finished. And there's quite a lot of this very kind of tedious straight line quilting left to do. So I'm going to plug away at that. I have no illusions that this is going to be finished anytime soon, but it is something that I would like to get done, and fingers crossed by the end of the year I will have my third quilt completed. And given that I started quilting in 2014, one a year, I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, there's that one. So the Sewaholic and Get Patterns by Gertie trench coat hybrid has not been finished because I couldn't find the buttons I wanted, and it got to the point where it's like, I'm just going to do self-cover buttons, but then I realised I have very little fabric left, and I still need to try and get the belt carriers from that. So I did some more searching and I finally found hot pink shell buttons, which is what I wanted. So I'm going to get this finished, which is really exciting because it's now time to be wearing coats again, so yay. I'm terrified of doing the buttonholes. My machine does buttonholes beautifully, I have no reason to be terrified, but I just keep having the fear that it's going to mess up and just, yeah. But I'm going to be really pleased to get this one done and actually be wearable. And so that's everything. I have again bitten off way more than I can chew, although I say that every month and I seem to manage to pull out most stuff. There's usually one or two things that fall by the wayside, and as long as the commissions get done, I'm happy with that. So that's everything. September is going to be another incredibly busy month. This is coming to you for the second weekend in September. I filmed this at the beginning, and I've already started on all of this, so fingers crossed I will have lots of lovely finished items to show you by the end of the month. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I shall see you again very soon. Bye! I shall stop waffling. Waffle, waffle, waffle. I cannot talk today. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Oh god, why? Is for a break. I'll tell you what. Waffle, waffle. Why did I say also 3 times? I'm happy with that.